Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Minions of the Zoo. I am your host, Johnny Hellcat, and with me today are Minions Sanguine
Good evening, all.
and Traveling Exhibit Travis Gardner.
Howdy.
How you guys doing today?
I'll let Travis go first.
I'm overheated and oh
No, I think it about sums it up.
yeah.
So-
God, I heard my own echo and I hate my voice on the air. So
yeah, I'm not a fan of my own voice either.
I got used to it to the point where, you know how if your own voice is played back on, I want to say it's a half-second delay that's the most disrupting to most people? Where if your voice is coming back on a half-second delay, you end up having to pause in between almost every fucking word because you're going, okay, this is... And now I'm able... God damn, this is really distracting. You end up with that kind of pacing when you have that half-second delay.
Actually, when I'm on the phone with a customer and they're in their car,
Yep.
my voice plays through, like it'll go from me over the phone through their speaker, back through their microphone, and then back to me, and I can barely manage to talk without me interrupting myself.
Yeah, it becomes that half-second delay. Like I said, I think the one that they found out is the most disrupting. You can train yourself to ignore that half-second delay. I figured out how to do that when I was in college because I had to deal with the mic or the speakers from theater and speakers when I was singing and all that good shit. So I'm now able to completely ignore it or annoy it. Ignore it. There we go. That's the word that I meant to say. I'm able to completely ignore it. Not annoy it, because that's what it does to other people. I'm able to ignore it. And it just... Don't know why, or, well, I kind of know why that's most disrupting, but
I don't know
that
what
would be going way too in-depth into something that I'm pretty sure most people don't give a shit about.
but I like Forrest Gump just because of all the historical shit they crammed.
But yeah,
into
other than that, I'm doing grand today. I'm just working on my dinner. I have a Japanese curry that I'm making up for tonight. So I have some chicken thighs currently searing off in a pan. I have the mushrooms, onions, and potatoes bubbling away in some chicken stock on my burner. And just a few other things going as well to have with that fantastic
You don't think about
dinner.
the war and how really damning it was. You don't think about.
And how about you, Johnny?
Not doing too bad. Work was pretty low key, so I was able to get some work done.
That's good.
She died.
It's one of those. I was talking with a coworker of
Either way,
mine.
she's still a deadbeat mom.
and,
who hid the fact that he had.
We both have the highest
She felt bad
workloads,
that he
which
That's
is
not his kid.
not
That's
necessarily
his
the best
fucking
thing
kid.
to.
I'm pretty sure it is his kid.
It's not something you want to brag
Yeah, they
about,
had
but
a sex with
he's like, yeah, I was down to 9 cases, back when when I got everything done, and that was Monday. Now I'm at 19, and I'm like, oh, that's okay. 2 months ago I was at 7, and now I'm at 35.
Ouch.
And the funnier part about mine is that most of mine are just callbacks. Like, I haven't called members back, which I should. But when I'm on the normal line, I get dinged for not taking calls, but when I'm making calls, I'm closing cases, so they're okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm on the other line, which is the high risk line, I can't just call out without permission from the schedulers, because they have to keep some of us available to keep their numbers correct or something. And so it kind of just, you just wait a bit, and then like you'll be like, okay, can I make a call out? And then sometimes you'll hear yes or no, and other times you don't even hear from them because they're, well, I'm not the only group that they watch, so it's like, Jesus, just tell me I can call this guy. I just need to say a claim got adjusted and I can get this off of my workload.
I got sent out on the call today, and I'm like, I recognized the name on it and recognized the problem and everything.
That's
and I'm like,
on the
hey,
the other
are you guys sure that this is correct?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we called them this morning and scheduled.
Yeah.
Okay,
Speaking
so
of,
I drive out there.
number 7,
it's
Return
a
to the King.
20-minute drive. And
Why does that?
we get out there and they're like, yeah,
I don't know.
somebody called from your office this morning. We didn't know why.
First 8.9. You got
We don't have a problem. You solved this 2 months ago. And I'm like, yeah, I know,
yeah. I can agree with
but
that.
I'm out here out of spite now.
Number 5 is the original 12 Angry Men.
Ooh, that's a personal favorite of mine.
Yeah, there's always that.
Um,
Okay, now that you've sent me here,
7.
I'm
I
gonna
remember the one that had
take a
Jack
bit of time to
and,
clear the scene.
George C. Scott.
Not that much different.
And it was that way in
I know. I'm
a lot of different things that I've done, like EMS.
There's a lot of dialogue.
EMS is one of those things that you would kind of hope wouldn't become that way, but
Jack Klugman, Jack
the
Gordon.
number of times that a crew gets completely
Really good
fucked
cast.
over by
So,
dispatch.
great story as well.
And there are some great dispatchers. Not all dispatchers are god awful, but there were some dispatchers
For number 4,
that
The
everyone
Godfather
at
Part 2.
the group that I worked for knew if they were on that day and they did not like you, you were fucked.
Now this is the one where they had De Niro playing.
So
young
if you got
Beat.
sent out and a call got canceled within like the first few moments of you being there,
Good shout. This
you'd
one,
give it a little bit longer after that, talking to the people at scene, until eventually you're going, okay, yeah, we're pushing the time on scene. We need to report that this call was canceled.
The Dark Knight.
No.
It was funny when I was working
even
at Highway Patrol.
No.
Um,
As great as Heath Ledger
I was a dispatcher
as
there.
Joker in that movie, it
And
did not get that being the number 3
I got a
rating
call
in
once
I'm sorry, no. I
um,
demand a recount.
in one of the
There's
regions.
so many movies.
This
on
guy's
this-
like, okay, there was an accident.
on this
You know,
very
I'm
broad
just
list
finishing up with
that
a
should be counted
with a
above
pullover.
The Dark Knight.
I'll be on my way in about 5 minutes. And so
Number 2,
another guy who
The Godfather,
had responded,
at 9.
he's like, you know, I'm not too far away. I'll respond to it. And then the guy goes, okay, you know, if I can get this call finished by the time I get there,
Nobody
I'll
I'll
I'll get to it. And so the guy flips on his lights, starts booking down the freeway, and the other guy, a third guy calls in to be like, I got this one,
You know what's funny about Sophia?
Like,
Coppola? She actually
so-
makes good movies. She's
because it was
just-
an accident that they were responding to.
Yep.
And so
You know what's really funny? Like in
the
the
guy
first
turns his
Godfather,
lights off.
I don't
and
know
I
if
get
they
this call,
mentioned this
I'm
in the
like-
movie. I don't think they would have.
And the guy's like,
in the set.
okay, I don't know what joke you
Sonny
guys
is
are
having an
pulling
affair
here,
with a woman,
but
like,
I don't know if
this
it's
thing is
legal.
So big and her
The
pussy's so
guy
loose,
behind
they
me
kind of match up.
turned on his lights. Everyone's pulling over to the side, and then as soon as he passes us, he turns his lights off.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I go,
Movie on IMDb.
What's the rating?
coincidentally,
9.2.
I go, well, Actually, there was in response. He was responding to an accident,
Yeah.
but being as another trooper had arrived on scene, he doesn't actually need to be there right away. He's actually on route to the accident.
30.
And the guy's like,
Not number
"Oh, okay."
But God,
It's
And I'm like, I can only imagine a guy just being like,
Frank
"Flip,
Darabont.
okay, I'm gonna turn around, pull over here,"
If I'm
and then as soon as I just pull over,
I think
turns his
Shaw
lights off.
was.
Like
Yep.
Maybe I'm having
that'd be the
confused
biggest
screen on.
biggest dick troll
He
move.
directed both of them. They're both short course.
Oh, yeah, and it's
yeah, it shows
something that not a lot of people realize when you're talking about lights and sirens.
You get a director.
You're allowed to have
You know, with a plug
more
in.
than one person with their lights going at any given time within
Either
a
one of them
specific
or both of
distance.
these were,
But within a specific radius around a vehicle that has its siren going. You aren't supposed to have any other vehicles with their sirens going.
Movie rights over to Frank Darabont.
So
$1.
if you have a cop car, a fire engine, and an ambulance
You know, he was trying to give a young director a chance.
that are all within, let's say, 100 yards of each other, all three of them can have their lights off.
Movie's name.
One of them gets their siren.
second time you've asked me if I've seen one shit.
Sounds like
Well, you had that many
And it's-
sirens in that
I mean,
little
Canada,
area. You don't know.
Which did not make the list.
Exactly. The problem becomes that people don't know where the siren's coming from, and they get confused due to the number of sirens going. Whereas if you have one person with a siren, and you have three people with lights, then the siren gets your attention, makes you go, "Oh shit," and then you see the lights and you pull over for them, and then you keep seeing lights, and another vehicle goes by, and you're going, "Oh yeah, okay." And then you keep seeing lights, and another vehicle goes by, and you go, "Oh, okay, yeah, it was 3 in a row."
Yeah, that was me. I had it turned down to near mute, and somehow it was still playing.
Oh, you had
Camel stream going.
reverb going through? Ah, okay.
Oh, I thought it was me at first, so I was having to, like, I was closing out every YouTube tab to see, but
No, and I had this thing damn near muted just so that I could hear what number they were on. Apparently, it's loud enough. 'Cause I can barely hear it.
the thing I had today that really irritated me was we had this guy that worked for us who was very, very bad at diagnostics
Mm-hmm.
and also very bad at documenting what he did,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a very bad combination
Yeah.
because you'll show up on a refrigerator, it's refrigerator no cool, and I have a whole lot of non-related parts,
Mm-hmm.
and I have no idea what he was thinking or doing, so I'm like, well, okay, I need to go back through all this, and the person's like, well, the guy already went through everything, and he figured out what it was, and you just need to put the parts on. I'm like, I don't think he knew.
Yeah, and it's difficult having to explain to a customer, no, you don't understand. That guy is a fuck up.
And it's hard to be like, yeah, you shouldn't listen to this guy. He's a fucking idiot. So
Yeah.
let me tell you what's really supposed to happen.
Yep.
Well,
That's what. Oh, God.
what I always do at the end of the call that I'm doing a diagnostics on and ordering parts, I read back to them. Okay, this is what you told me, and this is what it's doing, and this is what my plan is.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that is to make sure that the customer knows what's going on. And the other thing is, I'm making sure that everything is put down on the computer exactly the way it's supposed to, just in case I'm not the one that shows up. They know what to do.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the same idea behind when you're going in for surgery. If you're getting surgery on your right shoulder, you'll have the surgeon come in and he'll talk to you and go through the process, and then he'll tell you, okay, can you bare your right shoulder? And you bare your right shoulder, and he'll put one mark on the right shoulder going, okay, this is the shoulder that you're saying is all the problems. Yes. This is the one that we talked about. Yes. This is the one that was good. Yes. Okay. So he'll put a mark on that one. Normally it's a specific mark and then a set of initials. Then he'll also have you bare your other shoulder, put an entirely different mark on that one with his set of initials as well. And any other doc that is going to be part of this will also come in and do the same exact spiel of, so this is what you're in for, yes, this is what's going on, yes, this is the one that's giving you problems, yes, that's the one that's perfectly fine, right, that one doesn't have, yes, okay. And then they'll also initial or do whatever the hell they need to, just so that they make sure that when it comes time to cut, they're cutting only the right area, and that it isn't, you came in because your right shoulder's fucked up. Okay, let's get to work on this left shoulder surgery.
Yeah, it's exact principle. That's exactly where I picked up everything. Is I think of it as like charting when you're at a doctor's office, and that way, if I have to come back on a problem too, all the information's there. And sometimes it's really simple, like belt broke on dryer, and some of it is like I'm listing out the resistances of every thermistor in the system, because I am confused of what the problem is. So if I have to call Whirlpool, I know what all these numbers are.
Yep. Because something's not working. Fuck if you can tell what it is, but something's not working.
And intermittent
all the numbers.
And that, I told them, it's like the longer that little document is, that means the harder the problem was to solve.
Yeah, the longer it is, the more what the fuck am I looking at it was.
Because even though most appliances are pretty simple, there's occasionally you have an intermittent issue that you're just like, I don't know. It's not. There's nothing wrong.
Yeah, it's a problem that they've had every 30th time that they've used it. And you go to try to replicate the problem doesn't replicate, but they're telling you, yep, it's happened this day, and this day, and this day, and this day, and this day. So you're going, there's definitely a problem. I can't fucking get it to happen. So I don't have the ability to look at the problem and go, oh, it's this. It just becomes a, okay, something's fucked. I don't know what. Let me take down everything.
Well, here's my favorite. First tech goes out on the wife says that when she gets up in the morning, there's no ice in the ice maker, but when she gets back from work, there's ice. First tech funds no problem. Doesn't write anything down.
Fantastic.
Second tech goes out there, same issue, no problem. And this is my this is when I was like, okay, You said it's no ice in the morning, but there's no water on the floor. Everything's frozen. So the ice just doesn't evaporate.
Mm-hmm.
It's going somewhere. So I show up at 7:30 in the morning. As the husband is leaving for work, he will pull the ice tray out, dump it all into his little mini cooler, put it back in the refrigerator, and when his wife wakes up at like 9, there's no ice. I'm like, that was one of my favorite catches.
Gotta love when it is entirely, goddamn, this is easy. You should have figured this out when you mentioned it to your husband the first time, and he went, oh, there wasn't any ice? There was a fuck ton of ice when I woke up. I put that into my cooler and went off on my day, and immediately it should have been oh, you're the reason that there's no ice.
Well, the amazing thing is how many times you'll run into it where the spouse has the husband has no idea what the appliance is doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be like, oh yeah, call my wife to ask her what's wrong with the washing machine.
Yeah. And it seems like that would be something that would be communicated, but just a lot of people are really shit at communication. So they never do it. They never actually make sure that everyone knows what the fuck's going on, so... And I'm always gobsmacked how people can fail at communication to that degree, but I've seen it happen countless times as well, where I'm just going, yep, it's going to be a thing.
But yeah, that solves so many of our problems. Is if a person just asks the right question.
Yep. And it's something that when I'm at work, this is part of the reason why it's always confusing when I hear about it happening elsewhere. Because if something goes pear-shaped on me, my first response is I go to the other people that I work with and I go, has this shit happened to you? Because either the answer will be yes, so they have some indication what the fuck caused it, or they know, oh, this is something that happens X number of times, you send it through to the support staff, they get it fixed up, and it's good to go. Or they'll be going, oh yeah, shit, I have no fucking clue, and then I know, okay, this is something that hasn't happened before, and I need to report it up the chain in this manner.
Yeah, that happens a lot. And at our company, the company I work for now, it's small enough that we all the techs kind of gather around in the break room and bullshit about everything. But and upper management's like, oh, we need to get you guys out faster. And it's like, this is actually kind of training.
Yep.
And then companies, the big companies that don't have people that can get around and talk to each other like that, the technical support is shit.
Because it then becomes everyone just knows what they've personally run into or what they were taught. Whereas when you allow your techs to be able to sit down and bullshit and be going, you won't believe this bullshit I saw today. Suddenly, now every tech has effectively the knowledge of all your techs to some degree or another. Not perfectly all the knowledge, but they have a massively expanded network. And if they fail on a problem, then the next time that they're in that bullshitting session, they'll be going, okay, have you guys ever seen this shit? What the fuck is going on?
Well, I was reading this thread on Twitter, and it was it was a software developer, and they were talking about how a piece very early in their career, they had the person put it, I guess, notations or something like that. That basically it has gotten so bloated that he has no idea how it keeps working.
Mm-hmm.
But this is why he does know. And then it just got added to it. So the notation got bloated as the software became more and more bloated.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one person in there that said, well, if everybody knew how to code properly, this wouldn't be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I showed that to my wife, who's a software developer, and she's like, oh, that person hasn't been doing this very long.
Mm-hmm. But that is also related to something that I saw a while ago. I want to say it was from Facebook or one of the other big media companies, and I've mentioned it on the show before, where it was a internal whistleblower saying, hey, by the way, there's only like 4 of us that know how to work this goddamn code anymore. We need to make sure that we're hiring people that know how to code, and also we need to go through and see if we can declutter this code so that people that do know how to code will be able to train them up, rather than it being just the people that have been here throughout all the clutter that understand. And for his trouble, he got sacked.
Yeah. There's a lot of technical people, new technical people, that will disagree with me. And I've actually had arguments with them on the internet, which, you know what arguing on the internet's like.
Yep.
But I'm like, you do know that engineering and technical and mechanical skills, yeah, they can be trained and learned, but there is a lot of oral tradition in the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of shit that, and this is something that I think I've talked about it on the show. I know I've ranted about it to people personally. That pisses me off when it comes to homes throughout the U.S. It used to be that there was regional architecture where you would build the type of home that makes sense in the area that you're building that fucking home. If you're in Minnesota or the Midwest, for instance, that gets a fuck ton of snow, you don't build these massive flat roof buildings. What you would do is you'd have a fairly severe pitch to the roof. Because when the snow comes in, dumps down on top of the building, well, rather than the building having to be strong enough to handle all that snow over this extended flat roof, it would slough off the sides. And it meant that you would be able to build a home that would be able to survive the winters more easily because it was actually fit for the environment that it was going into. But now, looking around, and you see all these fucking Mediterranean-style homes in goddamn Minnesota.
Well, here's another thing about that. It's similar is that this is an argument that I had a long time ago on back when I actually cared about Facebook.
By the way, hey Camel.
Oh, hey Camel.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's a day.
Fairly well for me.
So what was number one? I got yelled at from the audience for listening in.
It was Shawshank.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it a 1.
No, I wouldn't put that 1 either, but
They had Shawshank at 1. They had The Godfather at 2. They had all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies like in the top 10. Oh no, sorry, not top 10. Two Towers was number 14.
So top 15.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, I can't argue that Shawshank should be number 1, but also I'm having a hard time arguing that it shouldn't be.
Well, the problem was it was an aggregated rating by IMDb users. So you had a couple of movies on that list that are still in theaters right now. Like Top Gun Maverick was in the top 100. It was well within the top 100. And then that Michelle Yeoh movie, was it Everything, Everywhere, All at Once?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's still in theaters right now, but it was still in the theater when we did the first stream over a week ago.
Is that the one where she's able to take on different versions of herself?
I think so. I don't really know what the movie's about. I've heard the title, and I know that she's in it.
It's like the
So-
one, except for instead of like
Killing them, she just is able to momentarily
she just
borrow their skills.
well, she's just whoever that person is in that universe.
Ah.
Well, at least it wasn't a Stanley Kubrick movie.
Oh, dear God. There are too many Kubrick movies on that fucking list.
I like Stanley Kubrick, but no, he's not.
I like the first half of Full Metal Jacket.
You got people that like they like either the first half or the second half. I never found anybody that liked the whole movie together.
I mean, the whole movie's decent enough, but I if I had to pick, first half or second half, I'm taking the first half.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
It's
the
because
things
of
the things that man did to his actors should be a fucking crime.
Yeah, but then like they had I commented on 2001: A Space Odyssey, and that movie is so god awful boring. But yeah, it is very, very pretty.
Yeah, it's a very pretty, boring movie.
And I said, that's what happens when you have too much talent in an art. Because it was Stanley Kubrick and Arthur C. Clarke writing a movie, and they tried to make a perfect sci-fi movie, and they forgot, maybe we should have a tolerable plot.
It's one of those that it's difficult to think of how you would change it and not end up with an entirely different movie in order to fix any sort of pacing. Because the pacing works with the plot that they have, and the plot is a good plot. It's just one that is a very slow burn.
Hey Johnny, I just noticed something. You remember how, like, for the longest time, I couldn't get past, like, 260... I couldn't get past, like, 270 on the followers for Twitter?
Yeah.
Like, I would have, like, 270 for a day, and then it would drop back down to 269. I'm at 281 right now.
Nice.
Nice.
I have no idea how that happened, either.
Elon Musk scared them.
Okay. A couple of these are definitely bots. More than a couple, actually. No, I don't think Elon did shit.
No, I don't think he did either.
I haven't seen this many bots since... Well, it's been a while. Go ahead.
I really think it is just hilarious what they're doing. It's like It's like, oh no, you have to buy it now. After we fought you, and I'm like, ugh.
We fought you not to buy it. Now we're gonna fight you to buy it.
Yep. And we're going to get pissed off that as part of trying to fight you to buy it, we're going to have to publish accurate bot data, which might end up completely ruining the company.
I mean, it was plain to see for me when I joined in May of 2017 that, yeah, I haven't even sent a single tweet yet, and I've already got the cash cab guy and one of MLK's relatives following me. This is fishy as fuck.
What, you don't think Cash Cab and MLK's, what was it, granddaughter?
I don't know.
Interested in your content, Camel?
I don't know if she's like a I don't know if she's a daughter or a niece. Is it Alvita C. King? But yeah, like those were a couple of my first follows. I was like, Ben Bailey's funny, and I like to think of myself as being humorous. But how could he know that I am funny if I haven't said anything yet? So yeah, I mean, just I knew back then it's like, oh, this is rigged. Might as well have fun with it.
She's the niece.
Niece, yeah, okay. And she didn't keep following me for long once I started tweeting. That's for damn sure. But yeah,
we shall overcome.
My voice
is Ben Bailey still following them?
He follows.
No.
He
Have
follows.
you
everyone.
managed to maintain that one?
I don't think I did,
Ah, shame.
but you guys will have to forgive me if my voice starts going out. I've already been talking for 5 hours straight.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Which is funny because the first stream we did was only 4 hours and 45 minutes. We went through 50 more movies, and we had like 3 more people.
Yeah, that was just YouTube. But then again, you were talking. You went into some of the movies as well.
I mean, ones that I wasn't familiar with, and maybe the people in chat might not have been familiar with them either. But like the older movies, at the very least, if I wasn't familiar with it, I'd give a synopsis from the site, because it seemed like those, if they were rated that highly, being that old, maybe they had some staying power to them, and it'd be worth a watch.
So, what movie do you think was rated either way too highly or way too low?
Off the top of my head, too highly, Top Gun Maverick and Everything Everywhere All at Once. They're still in the theaters. They should not be on any list of top movies until they've at least completed their fucking theater run.
Fair enough, but which of the ones other than the ones that are still in theaters?
Rated too highly?
Wally.
Or way too low?
Okay. Well, I'll start off with rated too highly, because the third rated movie on this list, being given a 9.0, was The Dark Knight.
Okay, yeah,
I like that movie. I really do. Heath Ledger knocked it out of the fucking park as the Joker. Don't get me wrong. He earned his supporting actor Oscar. But there's no way The Dark Knight is a better movie than The Godfather Part 2, or Schindler's List, or Pulp Fiction, or so on and so forth. That by far is probably the movie that's rated the highest that should not be. Too low? Oh, goodness. I'd have to scroll back down further in the list. Like, let's see. Die Hard would be one. That's a very culturally significant movie to me. I would
best
say.
Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's the greatest Christmas movie ever made.
Sorry.
And let's see here. Where was that rated at again? Because it was outside the top 100.
Ouch.
Yeah. Gotta find it here. Oh, it was rated number 116.
Okay.
Oh, here's another one that I think is rated too highly. Hamilton.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, but if you're doing a stage play and somebody's recording it, that's not a fucking movie. That's a home video.
But yeah, but you know, Hamilton is there to entertain your fat chicks.
Yeah. When you go to a theater.
Yeah. And you get a
Just that summary. Hamilton is there to entertain your fat chicks.
Well, I'm sorry. All of the people I know that are massive Hamilton fans are fat chicks.
I know of one person IRL that is a fan of Hamilton. She's actually not a fat chick. She's just an old lady who likes musicals.
Oh.
Yeah, see, that was going to be the other category. It can also be people that really like musicals.
But
Because
my
I've
point
heard of a
still
lot
stands.
of people that enjoy singing that really liked Hamilton.
My point still stands. If you are doing a stage production and somebody records it, that is not a movie. That's a home video. And so it shouldn't be on the top 250 list of movies, period.
So was the Hamilton one just a recording of the stage show?
I have to imagine. Yeah, it is. Because
Okay.
the trailer showing Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Because, yeah, there's
Yeah, it's just them on stage.
there's the way that it's normally done, which is there's the new movie version of The Producers, for instance.
Yeah,
And it's shot like a movie,
exactly.
but it's
yeah.
using the Broadway casting.
Mm-hmm.
And it was decent. I would have preferred if they used the secondary Bloom cast rather than their primary Bloom cast, because the primary Bloom cast was just given that role for name.
Well,
and
I mean,
not
Nathan
for
Lane has been working up and down
sheer
Broadway
talent.
forever, though.
Nathan Lane was Bialystok, and he was good.
Yeah, like I said, he's been working Broadway forever. So
Yep.
like, I could see him being cast first string, regardless of just name recognition. He had the
Yep.
talent to back it up. Matthew Broderick,
That was who I was saying. Broderick, he's been in enough movies that he had the bigger name of the Blooms. But I saw the stage version with the secondary Bloom in his part, and the secondary Bloom was way better. It was the younger brother from Wings.
Oh, Steven Weber?
I believe so. I always forget his name. But he's the
I
younger
always
brother
forget the
from
older
Wings.
brother's name. Hold on, let me pull his name up. What's his name? I think it's Richard something.
No, it's
Tim Daly.
Tim Daly.
Sorry.
Yeah.
He played. I think maybe his character's name started with a R, like Richard.
No.
No, he played Joe.
He played
Okay.
Joe and Brian.
Joe and Brian Hackett. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I keep wanting to? I guess he just looks like a dick. Maybe that's what it is.
But yeah, that was who was cast as the secondary Bloom, and he did a fantastic job. So
He's
the
got great
version-
comedic timing. Yes.
Yeah, and the version that I saw in the theater with him in it was far better than the recorded, or not the recorded, but the filmed version.
I
Because it
have to
wasn't
go.
just recording them while they were on the stage. They actually set it up like a proper movie.
I have to go on a slight bit of a tangent because we're talking about Steven Weber. I got the cast of Wings pulled up, and Tony Shalhoub was in Wings as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went on to do
As
the
the
show.
taxi driver.
Yeah, as Antonio
Yep.
Scarpacci.
Started as an Italian waiter.
Nana Camel, she likes to, she watches a few different channels that have reruns and stuff on them, syndicated
Mhm.
shows. And the other night we ended up catching Monk, Tony Shalhoub's show, where he played the
Mhm.
neurotic detective.
Mhm.
Steven Weber played a shock jock that was being suspected of killing his wife.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, Tim Daly was on that show too.
yeah. It
As
was when they
himself.
had the original. Yeah, he was playing himself. They were on a plane, and what was the original helper's name?
Sharona.
Sharona, yes. She was trying to talk him out of playing a bad guy character, and he ended up hating her by the end of the flight.
Because the role went to someone else. Well, he turned it down, and then it went to someone who was more famous.
Yeah. That was like his chance at like a second break or whatever.
Monk is one of those shows that is almost guaranteed to be on when I go to people's houses.
You want to hear about shows that are almost guaranteed to be on? Try Law and Order, either the original or Special Victims. Depending on what kind of cable package they have, maybe even Criminal Intent. NCIS, oh my God, Criminal Minds, Sweet Jesus. Yeah,
Yep.
I don't know how many different channels I found either Law and Order or NCIS on, just flipping through them, trying to find something else.
I was expecting you to also add in Blue Bloods.
Oh God, I think I found that on like 2 different channels. The big one would be Ion. They play that one all day on Ion.
Especially, you see these a lot because a lot of people now are beginning to not even have a cable package. They're just going off the antenna.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I lived somewhere close enough to where an antenna would actually do me some good.
Yeah, that's all I actually have, but I don't.
Well, you live in the flatlands too, man. I'm in the hills.
Well,
we don't get great reception out here.
Well, the interesting thing is like if you look right out my front window, you can actually just see the towers for all the major stations. So
Yeah, well, I mean, you also live closer to the city. It's easier to get them rabbit ears working.
Yeah.
And Camel, all you need to do is you need to get a dish like you're trying to work for SETI.
Pretend I'm okay. So, do I need to pretend I'm William Fincher or Jodie Foster in that scenario?
Which would you prefer?
I'd rather be the blind guy than the chick.
I figured you probably didn't want to be Jodie.
Yeah, I'll take disabled white guy over female any day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Especially Jodie.
Especially if it's Jodie Foster. Yes.
Yeah.
They should have sent a poet. Yeah, they should have. Listen to you babbling for 18 hours in static. I still like that movie, even though it's got Jodie Foster in it.
Yeah,
It's one of the few movies where Matthew McConaughey's not playing a stoner that I actually find him believable.
True.
I can buy him as a man of God.
Yeah, especially like a southern fucking preacher.
Yeah.
He has the right cadence.
He's like
for it
that
somehow.
he's like that cool youth group minister, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Or you
God
could
damn it, I
also,
spent the last 5 hours talking about movies.
I could also see him as just a really fire and brimstone if he got him going.
Yeah.
Someone who seemed kind of relaxed, and then you'd see him mid-sermon, and it would just be, "And the Lord said that!"
Thump that Bible down on the pulpit. You're all going to hell.
Exactly.
Well, to bring up something a little off compared to movies, I'll bring up a tweet by
Please do.
Orlando Jones, an actor.
Tangentially related, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it's amazing I didn't see Clifford Franklin on that list. But he went off on a tangent about Cash App.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Apparently,
I have a Cash App. I haven't used it forever. What's Orlando's beef with Dorsey's other company?
Apparently they lost his money.
I'm sorry, they did what now?
They lost his money.
How?
I'm still trying to figure it out. Let's see here.
Okay, how much money did they lose? Like, how long is this tweet thread?
It is expansive. I'll leave it at that.
A lot of money. Why does he have that much money in Cash App?
Not a clue. But let's see here. It started.
I got questions.
Yeah.
Did I mention how horrible Cash App is? I did? Okay, let me begin for the record. Do not use Cash App. Worst customer service. They lose money. They are dishonest. They're not a bank. They provide 0 receipts.
I mean, they do provide you with tax paperwork.
Also,
I know because like
Sure.
I've only
Because
sent
they
a
have
receipt.
to.
I was gonna
why
say like I've
would
only
you think that they could function as a bank? That's the confusing one for me. Why do you have to say Cash App, not a bank? Yeah, no shit.
I mean
I think
I've only ever used them kind of like Western Union. Really, it's like here I'm gonna send you a few bucks.
Yeah.
I think Cash App actually says that they're not a bank.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they allow you to buy stocks and stuff too. So it's weird. It's a weird fucking app.
Let's see here. I have
You
spoken.
can buy stock. You can buy Bitcoin. But it's not a bank.
Let's see,
It's
they
not
re-
a financial institution.
Yeah.
They replied to him, hey there, we understand this is worrisome, and we certainly take a closer look at the deposit. Please DM us the details for the transaction when you have a moment.
Again, I think that part of their response should have been, no shit, we aren't a bank. Because that's the one that came out of fucking nowhere, in my opinion. They aren't a bank. Yeah, no shit.
Let's see here.
They also aren't a doctor's surgery, but no one needs to be told that now, do they?
I have spoken to 6 Cash App people. I have spoken to 6 customer service people at my lost money. They read like a script from cult members. They read from a script like cult members. God, I can't talk. No customer service to call, no email addy to send messages, retweet so everyone knows not to use Cash App, hashtag crooks. Let's see here, a couple replies.
So, Johnny, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Sinatra last week. Why didn't you tell us that Joe Biden taught you how to read?
Because you know the thing.
Yeah. What?
Let's see.
Just every time that I hear a stumble now, it immediately makes me think of Biden.
I bet let's see.
You know, sometimes I think his gaffes or an act.
You think he's like pulling a Kaiser Sose, trying to make you think he's dumber than he is? Really?
I think at this point he's trying to make it seem like he is getting dumber and more demented.
I mean, I could buy that with like W, because when you listen to him speak when he was governor of Texas, he actually sounded, intelligible. But with Biden, I
You
don't
mean
buy that.
articulate and clean?
I mean,
He didn't sound black, Johnny. What are you talking about?
he is. He was never really.
But when he was governor of Texas, he sounded like he went to the fucking Ivy Leagues, like he did. Biden, I mean, I think he's just
Biden pretty much started his presidency with, "My butt was wiped," and you're just going, "What the fuck? Did I just hear the president say that his butt was wiped?" Yes. Yes.
Poo paints.
I have no idea how that happened. But I know we can't talk about it because, things, but... Ugh.
Let's see here. There's a DM that they took a screenshot of. It says, we'd be glad to take a closer look at the deposit and your case. But we will first need to successfully verify the details we requested through the link we sent over. We were not able to assist further via Twitter without successfully verifying this info, but we understand that this is worrisome. No shit.
And that sounds perfectly legit the way that they phrase that. But yeah, just because you're on Twitter, it says you who you're claiming to be. doesn't mean that we're able to just give you financial information and give you control over that account. You have to prove that shit in some other respect.
Well, and the thing is he didn't. Well, according and this is he said she said, but according to him, he's already called them several times, and they're like, "Oh yeah, let us fix this." And then when he calls, they're like, "Yeah, we're not going to fix this."
So, okay, he thinks a free app is a bank, and then thinks that they can solve his problems.
Well, and
over Twitter,
and this is under the initial thought. I have no idea why he's got money in Cash App.
Yeah.
It could be that because of the fact that they are, Cash App is an investment thing.
Yeah, that's the only thing I think of. Like maybe he had Bitcoin, maybe he had some stocks that he was buying individually on there,
and it says
maybe he lost that money and trying to get it back.
And it says on here: send, spend, bank, and invest. So
send, spend, what, and invest?
Bank.
Is it bank?
It says bank.
Oh, okay.
I never thought that they were a bank.
And
I thought that they were something that you bought.
And they give out debit cards.
Yeah, I've got one.
Ah, that's strange. Yeah, I thought it was just the place that people told you to go if they were trying to scam you.
Well, also, like, there's another one called Chime. They recently had some issues with, I don't know if it's their servers, if it was for maintenance or what, but earlier in the week, people weren't able to get at their money, move their money. So, I don't know if those two are connected, if it's just coincidence. But
it started with Cash App tweeting out, "It's time to play 20 questions."
Where the fuck's my money?
That's exactly
1 through 20.
That's where it started. That's what he tweeted out. Where the hell's my money? Where's my motherfucking money?
Bitch, where's my money?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I don't put any money into those apps that I cannot afford to lose. So literally, if I'm going to send someone money, I will put in the amount of money I'm going to send them, send it to them, wash my hands and I'm done. I don't keep money in those things.
Have you
I didn't even know that you could.
Have you heard about the random credit card number generators?
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that.
I did see something in like. I remember there was one advertisement I was getting through Brave, and they, you could generate like a card, a digital card. For like maybe you just want one thing to pay your Netflix account on instead of having that coming out of like your bank debit. You could generate this one card, link it to your Netflix, and then put money on it for Netflix.
Kind of like those prepaid?
Kind of, yeah, but it was just a digital deal.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
A digital prepaid.
Those are actually useful because I've started to use those for subscriptions for things that I may not want to keep for very long.
Oh, yeah.
But are also notoriously hard to cancel.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no money. Guess what? It's canceled.
We're canceling your account, which... kind of... I just had a little flashback about trying that me and dealing with my real dad and his stupid gun idea. Oh.
Wait, I'm not sure if I've been read into that.
Oh,
Okay.
Papa Gardner tried to buy a gun with Travis's credit card.
And I have no idea how he got my credit card, but it's not active anymore. I know that. I solved that problem.
You took care of that quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And this is the other scumbag in my line of fatherhood.
He didn't realize that Travis would be the one that had to go pick up the gun.
And then the store, which is I'm not going to name it, but it's a big box store. It's like, yeah, you have to buy the gun. We can't return it because it's a special order. And I'm like,
well, that's fucking,
so
no, that doesn't sound right.
So I'm like, wait a minute, you won't. No, you're not going to make me buy this. It's like, well, it was a special order. I'm like, yeah, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get me really pissed off and say, no, you must have this gun.
Well, I just
ordered these nuts.
I just thought of a Trevor Moore story. And he's like, you can't make me buy this gun. And he's like, you can't make me go to Mexico.
So I'm like, yeah, I'm really pissed off at them. They're like, okay. And I'm like, you know what? Fine, okay. And they're like, oh yeah. By the way, you have to answer all these things, and if you make a mistake on it, you won't be able to buy the gun. Oh, really? And I think at that moment, it occurred to the clerk that I figured out how to get around his bullshit. Which makes me the only person probably in the state that has ever deliberately failed a background check to get a gun.
What's your name? Pablo Escobar.
And I didn't, you know what?
My friends call me El Chapo.
The thing is, I don't think I answered it honestly because the first question, the one that I flubbed was, are you buying this for someone else?
Yes.
Yes.
Nice. I would have, for good measure, just fucked up every single question.
Oh yeah, I would have completely fucked up my social. I would have misspelled my name. Would have said, yeah, I'm buying this for somebody else. They're waiting in the parking lot right now. Just every question would have been just completely wrong.
He's got a bit of an itchy trigger finger.
And
Do you
a
have
felony
any
record.
aliases? The Zodiac?
And then my dumbass dad was like, wait a minute, they don't just ship it to you? And I'm like, it's a gun. They haven't done that since the 60s.
Oh my god, I forgot that Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde existed.
Oh yeah, they did the gender swap thing, didn't they?
I love these little glimpses into Black Twitter. This is just hilarious to me.
You do realize that you too can turn on night mode, right?
What?
You do realize that you too can turn on night mode, right?
I was talking about the ethnicity, well, the race, black Twitter. I follow a few people that are over there all the time, and so it kind of seeps into my timeline, and some of these things are just hilarious. Right now, they're arguing about black men and women and weave, and whether or not black men want women with natural hair, or if they prefer the weave.
Has the response been, I don't want to pull your hair and have it come off?
Well, it all started with this one chick making a TikTok about going with natural hair. So she pulls off her cap, and it needs a little bit of styling, but it looked fine, natural.
Mm-hmm.
And she makes this offhanded comment about how she's only able to pull white boys with her hair the way it is.
Okay.
Black men don't seem to be interested in her with her natural hair. So this dude went out and made like a couple of different dating app profiles with like her pictures from TikTok. Within 24 hours, she had like that account that he made up with her had like 1,500 responses.
Nice.
Yeah, and somebody else had made up a profile with a dude, and I don't remember where he came from, but like the picture they used of him, he got, his hair is braided, and he's got, I would say more African features than, like European style features. This is a black dude. He got them, got them features. Facial structure and everything that he was getting clowned on like Twitter and stuff for.
Mm-hmm.
Dead fucking quiet on his profile that they made up.
Oh, yeah.
But that's how it started. Like this difference between black men's preferences versus black women's preferences. And now you got women talking about no, we don't give a fuck what kind of hair you like. And so somebody went digging through her profile. I'd probably marry a white man just to piss off my daddy. Lol. I'm still gonna find me a filthy rich white man and get married. Fuck working. All these white men admiring my skin. I see exactly how the Atlantic slave trade began. I'm about to go find me a rich white man and call it a life. Y'all think I'm playing? You guys sensing a theme here?
Yeah, I'm sensing a theme. Also, the Atlantic slave trade, to her mind, started with
Jungle fever, yeah.
jungle fever and matrimony.
yeah. I just love how you get these little clips of Dr. Umar pulling faces in the responses to this shit.
Nice.
Alright, so for the other story, this one's more towards our wheelhouse, but fortunately...
Leave the buffalo alone, people.
It wasn't people this time.
Oh.
It was...
What was it?
A bear.
A bear and a buffalo?
A bear and a buffalo.
Did the buffalo actually win the fight? Because that's...
No.
Okay, I was about to say, that's an upset, because the last time this squared off, the Bears won handily.
So did some poor family on vacation just... Oh. Ooh. Now, that's a little bear, too. It's going to take him a while to eat, from ass to head.
I think he's just going for the spine.
Yeah, he's trying to get that spine, get him... You're not even going to try and run, dude? Come on!
I think this buffalo's either really sick or something's wrong with it, because I've seen buffalo a lot bigger than that bear.
Oh, both of them are juvenile.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Yeah.
That buffalo does not look very old. But...
Neither does that bear.
Not even trying to run away. Come on, man. Come on. I feel bad for the buffalo.
I'm wondering if we've seen
Okay,
this one
you
before.
got him off your ass. Run!
Run, bitch!
You see how much of that fur he's taking out of you? Get back to the herd, man.
I'm trying to remember how fast the buffalo is.
Place for a kill.
I think I have seen this
Back
one
from the
before.
hike.
Because I know bears
Where's the rest of the
are
herd?
freakishly
You
fast.
see, you can already see the silhouette, the shadows from the birds. Like, oh, we got to eat.
Hike for the,
Yeah.
As soon as that bear's done, we gonna eat, boys. Joe Rogan will interview the winner.
This doesn't even Oh, you know what's...
The cameraman's getting bored. He's like, would you hurry up and kill this motherfucker? I'm on vacation.
Yep.
We came here to see a fight, not a dance.
I seriously want to know, where's the rest of the herd? How did he get so separated? Because that juvenile bear there probably wouldn't be fucking around with the other buffalo around.
Well, he got a chunk.
Oh. Yeah. He finally got him a chunk.
It's gonna be all soggy now.
Well, he had to get through all that fur first. Now he's just like, I'm just gonna hold on until we get to the other side of the river.
Yeah.
Downstream.
I'll fucking drown you. I don't give a shit.
Downstream.
You know,
Get your head back underwater.
remember that video of the
Oh, see, there's a buffalo over there. Dude, get back with your people.
remember that video of that woman that was going, "No bear, no bear."
Yeah.
Somebody needs to put that over this.
Because the bear was attacking the kayak.
Yeah.
Some poor kid in a minivan got dragged to this place on vacation and is learning about the circle of life the hard way.
With someone who doesn't know how to hold a fucking camera steady.
Hey, at least they didn't have the sound on. Can you imagine the screams from that buffalo?
Oh,
Sure.
yeah.
So I just looked it up, and yeah,
Oh, for the love of God, I'm getting motion sickness, dude.
the buffalo would not be able to outrun the bear.
No.
I just looked up the top speed of each.
You know, I would much rather that fat ass with the fanny pack who's recording poorly. I would trade him for the buffalo.
This isn't even like. This is even like a nice dramatic Wild
Square off.
America
Yeah.
type kill. This is just like.
That's the only saving grace of this video is there's no sound, because it'd be hard to listen to. That thing's screaming its fucking head off right now.
Yeah.
This is like watching the two.
Oh,
He's like, what?
This is like watching the two dumbest kids in school fight.
Yep.
Could be worse. Could be portrait mode. It's true, Frosted. That
And
It's
that
just a-
bear
it's
is
just a
literally just
TikTok.
going, nope, fucking drown.
I kind of hope that neither one wins at this point. Ah, there's the birds.
I mean, that buffalo, he's fucked either way.
Yeah.
Even if he gets away now, that's gonna be a painful, short and painful life for him.
Oh, yeah. And the bear doesn't have a mark on him.
I mean, best case scenario, he would end up dying of infection. As much meat as that bear's already pulled off of him,
Mm-hmm.
and that is not a good way to go.
So this one's called Love.
For the love of Christ, how long does this go, Johnny?
it's done.
Oh, thank God.
I think it's funny that it ended up with an ad for GoPro. Hey, you could take better video if you had one of these.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be Travis's fan, cannibalistic. He's
Oh,
like,
shit.
I'm hallucinating the wind? I want a
That'd be
DNR
kind of
case.
strange if they were just watching that happen in complete silence. With just the wind blowing.
That nary a sound was heard.
Man.
A DNR in case of bear attacks. Oh, man. I'd want to go as quickly as possible.
I should have stopped the camera. That was not graceful at all.
Oh, dude, I am not blaming you for having a fan on. Like I said, when Dax and I started the stream earlier, 104 degrees.
Yep. And we're just happy that you had pants on.
Who said I had pants on? Dude, this is the internet.
No, I'm saying
Oh, Travis,
for
yeah.
Travis.
It is 86 degrees here.
Oh, well, yeah,
Still.
it is here now. Yeah, it's 86 here too. It's just ridiculous. But you know, I'm here in the back of the house. I got no fans. I've got no air conditioners back here. So it's just the only fan I've got is the one on my computer, and it ain't doing shit for me.
It's 76 where I am.
Oh, he says that I don't think it's the fan because it stopped once the video was over. Okay, maybe I was wrong. I just assumed if you were hearing air moving, I saw Travis's fan back there.
No, it was the wind was blasting past the microphone there, so it was. I think
Wait.
it was drowning out all the screaming you probably would have heard from the buffalo.
You didn't even hear the cameraman going, "Oh shit," because are you honestly going to tell me that there is an "oh shit" being said by the cameraman?
I did not hear anything from the video.
I'd be gobsmacked if there wasn't an "oh shit" from a cameraman.
Oh, hey, Talek, good to see you again. He
Hey,
stopped by for the stream earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was a long and painful list going through. I'm glad that's over with. Although, I do have more for another one.
Oh, really?
That was a long, painful list. I'm glad to see the back end of it. So the next one that I'm doing...
Yeah. I mean, Sanguine, Johnny and I have been doing a series of really bad stand-up comedy for, what, 3 years? 4?
Yeah.
It's been, we do need to get back on that at some point.
Yeah, we do.
Because, and I do maintain that we need to find somebody to do one, if not both, of the Brennan Schaub ones.
Yeah.
We can break the streak, and we can actually do a male comedian for once.
Are we talking an actual male comedian, or are we talking...
Well, he is...
Define actual.
He is a male, and he has done stand-up comedy.
Apparently, he's a
At
bit
least
Sue
twice. At least twice. He's got 2 different specials. One was on Showtime, for crying out loud.
Palate cleanser
Palate cleanser?
for the stream.
Oh. Well, I missed it.
Well, fine. I'll share it on here too.
There we go.
I just heckin' bamboozled.
Ah. Heckin' bamboozled. That's cute. I can't bring myself to put clothes on animals. It just seems too weird. It's like, you got a fur coat already. What are we doing here? You know. The one exception.
Remind me not to hang out with Johnny or you in person, then.
Well, I mean, the one exception I'll make for the pets is Nana Camel's got a couple of Chihuahuas, and it gets pretty damn cold. So, like, you know, wintertime, yeah, okay, throw a sweater on the Chihuahua. All right.
You'll only dress an animal if it's to the benefit of the animal.
Is dressing animals in clothes like the animal version of being a furry?
I think it's the human version of saying that nobody loves you.
So it is like being a furry.
Yes, but it's not. You don't blame that on the animal. You blame it on the person that dressed them.
And you say that, but good God, people fuck at furry cons.
Yeah.
Well, fucking doesn't equal love, Sanguine. This is the 21st century.
Yeah, it's the 21st century. Most people don't know what love is.
I just got followed by an 18-year-old female hard sex lover.
See?
I refer you to Rule 29 of the internet, Johnny.
Yeah.
That's either a bot or a dude.
You remember Rule 29, Travis? You know, there are no women on the internet. You know, women are men and children are feds.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
No.
Yeah, That's not going to be a thing that happens.
And the really hot Asian cosplayer is actually a dude too. What? Am I wrong?
Well, it depends. What country are they from?
I wonder how long we can keep this going in the chat.
If they're Thai, then you're right.
You know.
Just waiting to see who pulls the next line. Oh, so I got here late. How's everybody else's day?
I'm doing fine.
Not too bad. I mean, you guys all have jobs and stuff to go to. Mine is all dependent on somebody else.
Thankfully, I did not have a job to go to today.
Oh, sweet.
It's actually my day off.
That I actually that's the reason why Dax joined me on stream today. He was off work, so unfortunately Johnny was still at work, so he couldn't join the festivities.
Yeah, I was mid. I wasn't mid call. I was actually about to join the call when the stream popped up.
Yeah, because I told Johnny last night, I was like, I'd see about doing it Saturday. I think Dax is off then. And then I saw him on Discord. I was like, hey, you busy Saturday? He's like, yeah, I'm working. Shit.
I got home just as you started, and then like I fell asleep.
And then I woke up and you were still going.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh.
Well, Dax and I have this ability to just keep bullshitting in perpetuity, apparently. Because like we did one stream, it was like 6.5 hours, and Johnny came back like, you guys are still going?
I was there, and then I left, and then like 3 hours later, I'm like, wait a minute, you guys are still going?
I was like, yeah, dude, we're reading Bigfoot porn now. You want to come hang out?
And
he's like,
and I went.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No, I went in later.
You know,
See, I'm not sure if by Bigfoot porn he means porn with Bigfoot as costumes, or if Bigfoot porn he means that Bigfoot video where the Bigfoot has massive tits.
It was Bigfoot erotica.
Yes.
Okay.
It was erotica involving a Bigfoot, and not a costume, an actual Sasquatch.
Okay.
And it was funny listening to Dax try and put on like an effeminate Victorian British accent.
Part of me hopes that was his accent for the Bigfoot.
The Bigfoot didn't really talk. He more kind of grumbled, which hearing Dax do that was also hilarious.
Nice.
But it was written from the perspective of this female bear trainer that worked for a circus that had captured a Bigfoot.
Okay.
And then the Bigfoot got loose.
And then things got freaky.
And then she
Bear
got
chicken, wow,
loose.
wow, wow, wow.
remember
Oh,
that?
the world needs more wah wah pedal, don't you guys think?
Well,
Yeah.
remember that one Lords of the Night when Setsu had his kid and they went for like
16 hours. Yeah, Monkey and Drunkle just holding down the fort until was it Satsu's sister managed to get back to his house and like turn the stream off.
Yes, but they went in and they had Jack, and then Polly got in there and went on like a humongous rant about somebody's video. And
Now, was that still on? Were they still doing Hangouts?
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that was a while ago now. That kid's getting so big. You see some of the pictures that Satsu puts up on Twitter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The time is flying way too fast. I don't even have kids and time's moving too fast.
and Drunkle was so fucking hilarious during that. And so
Yeah, well, I mean, like a Monkey, he'd already been going for how long by the time Drunkle showed up?
Mm-hmm.
Like he'd been there just holding it down by himself too. I can't imagine talking that long just by myself, just straight, no dead air. So you guys probably won't see a whole lot of solo Camel streams, and if you do, it's not going to be very long, maybe an hour tops.
I think I might do the reading streams every once in a while just to get that underway.
The Hooked on Phonics streams with Johnny Hellcat.
Yeah.
Johnny's going to learn how to read from someone who actually can.
I'm gonna read good.
Or actually, Johnny's going to learn how to read from someone who, at least Camel can kind of read.
I do seem to read better aloud than Johnny. Yes.
Yeah. He is the reader of the two of us.
Which is not saying much.
Yeah, I was about to say that's kind of sad.
I have a really bad stutter, like when I'm trying to read aloud.
I do okay with English, but if you give me like foreign names and shit, but no. I think I called the president of Kazakhstan President Borat for a whole article.
Nice. I tend to do the Sargon thing of foreign.
Oh yeah. I'll rip off Sinatra and I'll just call him foreign if.
Yep. Yeah, Sinatra does that too, doesn't he?
Yeah. Some of those names, like way too many consonants. Like somebody tried to get me to try and read Welsh.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck is that supposed to be?
How many L's did they give you in a row?
Too many.
How many though? Because it can go up to.
I lost count. It was some ridiculously long. I don't know if it was a name or a place or a thing.
They probably gave you the full name of Flanfair.
Probably.
Because the short version of Flanfair is Flanfair, which it has a triple L. If I remember correctly, it starts with a triple L. It might only be the double L. But that particular series of L's ends up with both a L sound as well as a sound. So you get Flanfair.
I can't remember if it was... It may have been that first movie stream we did. Because I got off on a tangent about Black Hawk Down. And how many sneaky Brits they had playing Americans in that movie. And for the life of me, I cannot remember how to pronounce that dude's name. But he's Welsh, apparently. You've seen Black Hawk Down, correct, Sanguine?
Yes.
Okay, you're familiar. He's the one that has the epileptic episode before they go out on the mission. They're watching The Jerk. He also played Mr. Fantastic in the Fantastic Four that had Michael Chiklis and Chris Evans. Huh?
Yoan Griffin.
Yoan?
I think it's Yoan.
Grufford or something like that? Yeah. It's like Ioan is his first name. And someone's like, I think that's Ian. It's like, well, no. Then why is there an O in there?
Yoan Griffin.
It's like, yeah, okay.
Gruffin.
Gruffin.
Gruffud.
I'm just going to call him Reed Richards. Until he gets another movie role or something.
You know, there's a video here. Yoan Gruffud claims estranged wife Alice Evans mocked his saggy vagina eyes.
His what?
Fuck?
Saggy vagina eyes.
Okay.
What was his wife's name?
Estranged wife Alice Evans.
Alice Evans. Is she also an actress?
They are divorced.
Well, no shit. I mean, she said he had saggy vagina eyes. How do you stay with somebody like that?
Also, you were talking about her as his ex-wife, so...
Well, estranged.
Yeah, he said estranged.
They're separated. They're married in 2007, separated in 2021.
Oh, yeah, she is an actress. She was in 101 Dalmatians. Or 102 Dalmatians, pardon me.
Which character?
Yeah.
Dalmatians. 30.
Is that the one with Oh yeah,
That
with
was Glenn
that was
Close.
with Glenn Close and Gerard Depardieu.
Yeah, that was the one where Glenn Close's version of Cruella de Vil had just gone to psych treatment and was cured of her obsession with killing and skinning puppies.
Oh, he was in that movie too. So they were in the movie together. Oh, so this is why you don't mix work and family, guys.
Was
right
that
there.
their Hollywood meet cute?
I don't know. Let me pull up her full bio.
Well, this was made in 2000, so I think
They.
before.
Oh no, they got married in 2007. They may have been.
Well, they might have been.
Yeah, that may have been where they met. Oh, she's from Bristol and he's Welsh. That obviously was not going to work out.
Probably not.
Oh, she's one of Harvey Weinstein's accusers.
She didn't have enough wool. Is that what you were trying to say there, Camel?
Huh?
It wouldn't work out. She didn't have enough wool, or was it just because she was English?
I think it's just because she was English.
Okay.
But yeah, she's one of among 80 women who accused Harvey Weinstein of sexual harassment or assault.
Ah.
She's not that good looking.
Was she actually a victim, or was she someone who decided to engage in prostitution and then didn't like the fact that they only got their millions of dollars from being a successful actress?
Oh, so they're still married according to IMDb. That they filed for divorce, but
Yeah, last year.
saggy vagina eyes. That poor man.
Don't make him cry. It'll just look like he got wet.
Travis, did you freeze up?
I think he might have.
But
Travis, do you smell toast right now?
we'll see if there's any response out of Travis, but I think I'm going to call it because I'm starting to get... oh, there he goes. Starting to get the jitters from the heat. So, let's see here. So we'll go with parting thoughts. Sanguine.
If you're passionate about something, make sure that you devour it. Don't let it devour you.
And Camel.
IMDb has proved to me the flaws in democracy. One man, one vote. No, thank you.
Did you mean for the first two lines of that to rhyme?
I did not, but I'll take it. I've been talking for like
IMDb
7 hours right now, so I don't know what's coming out of my mouth at this point.
Yeah, the IMDb has shown to me the flaw in democracy.
Ah, I guess if you talk long enough, you just fall into a rhythm.
You ended up slightly poetic. Well, shit-talking IMDb. I approve.
And I am going to go with another palette cleanser. I'll share the screen for both.
Aw, kitty. I said no flash photography.
And with that, the zoo is closed. Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night, all.
Bye, everybody.
I'll just leave with that picture in their face.
Nice.